making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. I'm shooting this right in the evening and I'm gonna drop it today. So firstly, I'm shooting this because there's breaking news that General Mkhwanazi has sued O'Sullivan 5 million. And I see O'Sullivan is kicking back, but I'm saying good. Mina, I'm definitely for General Mkhwanazi for suing O'Sullivan. I'm definitely for him. There's quite a few things that I want to talk about in this video, but I do want it to be a short one. General Mkhwanazi is appearing on the Madlanga Commission tomorrow, which I'm excited for that. I'm a little bit bummed because I am going to be very busy tomorrow, but hopefully I can catch up after. So General Mkhwanazi will appear there, which I'm excited because, you know, we all want to get to the bottom of this. We want to get facts on the table. You know, we want to get revelations of some things that we didn't know. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited about that. And I hope that, you know, we get as much as we want, you know. Okay, so that's what's happening tomorrow. And then I saw another, just before I get to the O'Sullivan part, I saw another thing that I actually shared during the day, where MK, it says that MK party demands Madlanga Commission postpone depending court challenge. I'm gonna read that as well because I'm not sure I'm following why they wanted postponed. But let's quickly get to the General Mkhwanazi's part. This is what I want. All right, so it says here, on the eve of the start of Madlanga Commission, KZN top cop Mkhwanazi and the inquiry's first witness is issuing private investigator to the tune of 5 million for defamation of character for comments made on various media platforms. If you remember, just right after General Mkhwanazi came out and said Guti and had that press briefing, O'Sullivan came out of nowhere and started to attack General Mkhwanazi. Ogoti, he's coming out, he's pretending to be a whistleblower. He's not a whistleblower, he's a criminal, whatever. But I'm saying good. I'm saying good that General is suing him. So anyone and everyone, because remember, every negative things that they say or they try to counteract act what he has said, it's a negative. So anything that comes for him and casts doubts, he must definitely come for it. So it says here, I want to read from here, from MDN News. It says, KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi has filed a defamation lawsuit against the renowned forensic investigator, Paul O'Sullivan, seeking 5 million in damages. This legal action stems from O'Sullivan's repeated public accusations against Mkhwanazi, labeling him a criminal and calling for his suspension from the South African Police Service. Imagine O'Sullivan even wanted Mkhwanazi to be suspended. Why would you want someone to be suspended? It was even on that thing that Lieutenant Mkhwanazi was coming out saying it had nothing to do with O'Sullivan. So what I don't understand, why would he even want him to be suspended? So now I'm all for General Mkhwanazi to suspend him. I'm all for him to sue him, man. I'm definitely for that. So you tell me what you think, guys. Let's just read here. It says here, Paul O'Sullivan is a white guy who always lies on media platforms. Even during Phala, he was peddling lies to throw off the public. I've heard some rumors, and this is allegedly. Allegedly, he's a what's this thing? He's a fixer. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Olivia Pope. If you've ever watched Olivia Pope, he's a fixer of even if something is broken, is that it's negative, he will twist it and throw off whatever that was true, you know. So he's a fixer. So it says here that he even during Phala he was peddling lies to throw off public. Now he's attacking Mkhwanazi. Paul O'Sullivan is a stain left from apartheid. This is a comment from someone, by the way. I'm just quickly reading the comments. Someone says, Paul O'Sullivan is an agent of the British and CIA. Paul was working for the apartheid government while claiming to be against it. He is spying on politicians and executives. The court will protect O'Sullivan. I've heard this before. Again, I'm reading a comment. It says here, finally, someone had to do something about this fake investigator. He has been running amok without being held to account. This is true. Sullivan has said and done a lot of things, and no one has ever held him to account. So this is true. So he has been running amok without being held to account. Same guy who shouted at Sakina. He once had an interview with Sakina and he was shouting at him. And one thing about Sakina, she's so relaxed and she was asking him good questions. Sakina, she was sober that day, asking him good questions. I'm gonna see if I can try and find that clip and I will attach it for you guys. Same guy who shouted at Sakina because he wanted to protect Palapala. Maybe Palapala owner will pay the 5 million for him. So those are the comments. It says they should go through every case he did forensic on. This one he's not make sure. I guess that is why he is against him, Konazi, because he's also caught up in the corruption by getting rid of evidence and falsifying forensic evidence. Allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly. That's where we at. So, you know, as I said, guys, I'm definitely 100%, I'm definitely behind General Mkhwanazi here, suing O'Sullivan. I'm definitely for that move. You tell me what you think about that move. I am going to insert a little clip here. There was an interview that I was watching on Anchor, which I think I want to insert that clip a little bit. But you tell me what you think. It says here, I think here O'Sullivan answered. It said, forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan says KZN Police Commissioner is trying to silence whistleblowers. My question is, which whistleblowers is General Mkhwanazi trying to silence? It comes after General Mkhwanazi filed a 5 million lawsuit against him. So he's saying, oh, General Mkhwanazi is trying to silence whistleblowers. Which whistleblowers is he trying to silence? So yeah, so it's gonna be a very, very long week, because you know, once the Madlanga Commission start, it's gonna be an interesting one, and I'm very, very interested.
Paul O'Sullivan has had an interest in policing and what he calls the corruption within the SAPS for a long time, and he has an organization called Forensics for Justice. And that organization, through that organization, he then tries to fight these issues within the SAPS. So when Mkhwanazi released those statements and when he held that press conference on the 6th of July, the expectation, I suppose, from some would have been that people like Paul O'Sullivan would have then supported that because Mkhwanazi was alleging that he was then fighting the corruption within the SAPS by naming these people. But that wasn't the reaction that we got from Paul O'Sullivan. In fact, he claimed that Mkhwanazi was not the knight in shining armor that South Africans had broadly seen him to be. He then issued a statement. He was on various media platforms, and he outlined why he believed that Mkhwanazi was not who he says he is, and he listed a number of reasons. And essentially, to summarize it, he was saying that he believed that Mkhwanazi is corrupt and that he was running a hit squad and a number of other allegations, including what he says is Mkhwanazi's interest in the crime intelligence slush fund. That's the background. And
so he was saying a corrupt police officer is pretending to blow the whistle on corruption.
Yes. So Mkhwanazi had positioned himself as a whistleblower during that press conference, and he had said that he had tried a number of avenues before he got to that point. But O'Sullivan was then seemingly critical of that approach, saying that, look, there were other ways to do this. You didn't have to come out in public. Mkhwanazi responded to that in various ways, and he said, look, he tried. He had spoken out about it before, he'd been in Parliament before, and he felt that nothing was being done, and that's why he did it. So that is what really brings us to these papers now and this damages claim.
All right, so Mkhwanazi is saying this is bad enough to claim 5 million rand in damages.
He says it's damaging his reputation. So from the papers now that we've seen, these were drafted on the 12th. They were served on Paul O'Sullivan on the 15th. And it's now that Paul O'Sullivan through his organization, has responded to this through Forensics for Justice. He says that he won't comment on it. He won't comment on it publicly, but he will just issue this one press release. And in that press release, he really just says that he will not back down. And in fact, what he will do is, although he won't respond to it and won't expand on his claims about Mkhwanazi, and I'll come to those claims in a second, but although he won't expand on those claims, he does now have an interest in submitting the evidence that he says he has.
So yeah, as I said, tomorrow the Madlanga Commission is starting. I think we're all looking forward to that. But I do want to quickly read here why MK wanted to postpone. I don't want to read the whole thing. I just see here, I'm just going to read like very quickly. It says here, the Umkhonto versus Party is demanding the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry to be suspended after the hearing of the party's Pretoria court challenge brought by its leader, Jacob Zuma, on Thursday. The court is still to hear arguments of legality, establishment, and composition of commission on Wednesday, a day before the proceedings begin. Tlamulo Ndlela, the MK party spokesperson, said the retired Justice Mbuyiseni Madlanga should push back the date pending the outcome of the court. This is not only rational cause of action, it is only responsible cause of action. It respects for the rule of law and the separation of powers is to be preserved, said Ndlela. He argued that this move was calculated and preempted to frustrate the courts. Conflict of interest. The spin doctor also emphasized that the commission is a pointless duplication of parliamentary ad hoc committee, which also seeks to investigate the allegations made by KZN Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. He believes that running two similar investigations might cause further confusion and produce contradictory findings. We reiterate that it is patently unlawful and irrational for President Ramaphosa to appoint a sitting judge to head a commission tasked with investigating allegations that directly implicate members of the judiciary in corruption, gangsterism, and criminal syndicates. This egregious conflict of interest ensures that the commission can never command legitimacy, independence, or public confidence. Its findings are pre-tamed and will amount to nothing. So that's what Tlamulo Ndlela said. So they wanted the Madlanga Commission to be postponed. Honestly, I don't want to entertain anything that Tlamulo are saying at this point. I just wanted to find out why are they saying it must be postponed. Yeah, but we know that General Mkhwanazi is testifying tomorrow, as I said. So we're all going to be looking closely at that. And also now that he's also coming for O'Sullivan, attacking on his side, that's also very interesting to watch, to see what's going to happen. So let me know what you think, guys. Of course, this week we're going to be glued at our screens. I heard that Dr. Sues O'Sullivan said that he's going to keep on updating us. Mighty Jamie has been doing an amazing job. He said he's gonna update us, so I will watch. Obviously I'll catch on a little bit later, but I will try to come and give my 2 cents as well. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a big week in South Africa. We're gonna have a big week in politics. Let's see how it goes. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Aluta, continue until the next time. Please subscribe to this channel. It is free of charge. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next one.